Welcome to the Michigan Runner Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Hey. Well, Gary Morgan with the Michigan Runner, and I'm here at the Ely Marathon, half marathon, 5K tonight, and beautiful evening. Well, who do I run into of all people? Mr. Dick Beardsley, who is a Minnesota native, lived in Detroit Lakes and now over Bajinji, and now he's over here at the race this evening selling his books and telling people about his more about what he does now than what he did back then. Fishing guide and all those other things. So tell us about your adventures right now at this time.
Well, Gary, it's good to see you again. Yep. Gosh, crazy we run into each other in Ely, Minnesota. So yeah, I'm over here in Ely, Minnesota for their marathon and half marathon you just mentioned, and tonight the 5K, and then I'm going to run the half tomorrow. And if there's still any finishers when I get done, I'm going to help put medals around people as they come across the finish line. But you know what? I tell you, Gary, I'm slower than molasses in January now, but I go to bed at night, and I can't hardly wait to get up in the morning and go for a run.
Well, that's a good thing. So you were telling me you're a fishing guide and whatever. So and then that's been big business now. So
yeah.
What's all going on with the fishing guide?
Well, I tell you, I've been a fishing guide since I'm 12, and I'm 65 and a half now, and had a busy summer, and in fact, I hired a young guy that helps me guide, that I've thrown him a bunch of guide trips too, and now things are slowly starting to wind down as we get into late September, October, although the fishing really starts to heat up, and now you get more of the diehards. Most of the tourists now have come and gone, and they're back in the states south of us usually, but it's a great time to be out in the great outdoors, that's for sure.
Now, do you do any hunting guides or backpack adventures or any of that stuff up here in Minnesota?
Yep, mine's all fishing. I used to do a combination, grouse hunting, fishing combination in the fall, and I still do that once in a while. But mainly, I'm out there on the water with folks right up until I can't get my boat in anymore because there's ice, and then I start with my ice fish. I do ice house rentals and do ice fish guiding too.
Okay, yeah, that's big. What was that movie where the two old men were out?
Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah, Grumpy Old Men. I remember them so much. Walter Matthau, and who was the other guy?
Jack Lemmon.
Right, and I remember the most famous line, "You're scaring the fish."
Yeah. No, that is a classic movie. If anybody has never seen that, you got to go watch Grumpy Old Men.
Scaring the fish. So you've always lived up this way, haven't you?
Yeah, I sure have, and I love it up here. It's God's country. It's like what we call it, all of northern Minnesota, and we lakes everywhere, and a lot of good people, and it's a wonderful part of the world.
Well, it's got to be feeling good to have a big race here again after a couple of year absence.
Right, I know it. You know what? In fact, in June I was at the Grandma's Marathon in Duluth, and that was one of the first big races that really was held again. And I was hanging around the expo there and just talking to the people and the excitement, and most of the folks didn't even care how fast they run. Just to be back running with people again everybody was so excited, and it's great to be back to where we can do that again.
Well, it's interesting. These guys go far and wide to promote their race. I signed up for this race 2 years ago at the Chicago Marathon for $45. And the lady said, you got to give me a hat. And so last year was canceled.
Right.
And so I'm finally here. But yeah.
Well, you're going to love it out there, when you're running. Are you running the half? You might run into a bear. You might even see a timber wolf jogging alongside the woods or something. And it's going to be fun. And the trees are starting to turn color now. So it's going to be absolutely beautiful out there tomorrow.
And I see you still sell your books and stuff. How does that go? How you're doing a little motivational speaking again?
Yeah, I do motivational speaking, and the last year and a half when COVID hit, that pretty much went down the tube because no businesses were bringing in people, schools weren't. But now that's starting to slowly pick back up again a little bit, and So yeah, it just kind of, it is what it is, and we just got to deal with it,
Of course. And you had a farm up here one time, didn't you?
Yeah, many, many years ago. The last time I milked a cow was 1992. So, long time ago. And, you know, and I tell you, I've got the Boston book over there, The Duel and Sun. Gary, it's hard to believe. Next April, it'll be 40 years.
I remember.
Oh, my gosh.
I ran Boston my first time 40 years ago, and then I went into walking. And hard to believe that. I ran at community college 40 years ago.
Yeah.
You ran at the community college, didn't
Right,
you?
I sure did. In
And
fact, I
which
ran
one
the.
did you run at?
I ran for the University of Minnesota / Waseca. It's a small town in southern Minnesota. The school's now a federal prison. That's a whole other story. But you know what? I ran the junior college
So
marathon
did I.
championships
What
in
year?
Dowagiac in 1977 or 78.
What place did you finish?
I got third. Malcolm East. Remember Malcolm East? He was from England. Remember Allegheny back
Allegheny
then
always
had a great cross-country
Brevard had a
program.
good team.
Oh, and they brought in all these foreign
stuff.
athletes. And
Yeah, I ran Oakland Community College, and I ran it in 81 and 82.
do they still have that?
No, the Dowagiac dropped their whole program. They don't have a running program.
They don't.
Yeah, Ron Gunn.
Ron Gunn.
Yep, they dropped the whole program.
Southwest University. No, what?
Southwest Michigan Community College.
Yes.
Yep, and Dowagiac. Yep, that's gone. And Ron Gunn is kind of like you. He guides tours around the country.
No kidding.
Vacation tours. A lot of times out west.
Yeah.
Out here and, different places. But yeah, he became a vacation tour operator.
Man, and remember back then, those were when the shorts we wore were shorts.
Were shorts.
I mean, they were
and
shorts.
all you got was water out there.
Exactly.
Remember that? We
Oh
ran
my
that race.
gosh.
They just had a water stop.
Yeah.
And it wasn't every mile. It was every 3 miles.
Oh, it was when we had that,
When there's only 50, and there's only 50 runners.
and it was like in June.
I know.
And it was hot
it's
and
third week in
kind of
June.
hilly.
Right,
And,
and there was only about 50 runners.
Yeah.
And like I said, just water stops.
I know.
And-
Those are the
but-
days.
But back then, everybody's fast. Everybody,
Right.
just about everybody's done in 3 hours or less.
Oh, for sure.
3 hours. I tell you, people cannot believe us that this didn't exist in the
No.
in the 80s. 3.5, 4 hours. They cleaned up the carpet. It was over with.
It was.
Everybody's done 3.5, 4. Okay, it's time to clean up.
I know.
Yep, everybody's
But you know
fast.
what? The good thing now, though, is so many of these people running marathons now have turned it into a lifestyle.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And turned them into mini vacations.
Yeah, now it's vacation.
Because like here, there's a 5K tonight. They've got a kids run. There's something for the whole family.
Well, now they got
the bouncy
right,
thing going on.
and they got the 50 state half
Right.
marathoners, 50 state marathoners,
No,
trail
it's-
run. Yeah, people travel all the time. I'm a bunch of those
the shoe companies love it.
Oh yeah, Facebook groups. And I went here, I went there. There'll be a bunch of 50 staters.
Oh,
here,
yeah.
half and full.
Yeah.
So, well, it's good to see you and
too,
reminisce
Gary.
a little bit. And glad to see you're doing good. And
Thank
like
you.
I said, you got the real hunting of
Yeah,
the
all
outfit.
camouflage.
That's all. You're all set. Well, hey, we'll have fun out there
You
tonight
bet.
and tomorrow, and we'll see you around.